Hey everybody, this is Chris with Night of Living Card Games. Finally, I am about to start my Sinister Motives Random Hero Random Aspect campaign. It's been a while, been doing a lot of other things in the meantime, but it's on the table and we're ready to go. So I'm going to start the first scenario of Sinister Motive against Sandman with Jessica Drew, aka Spider-Woman. That was the random hero chosen. And for Jessica Drew, she does have some interesting deck building restrictions in that you must choose two aspects and include an equal number of cards from each aspect in your deck. So randomly, the two aspects that were chosen were aggression and justice. So we'll see how that goes. So looking through here for Sandman, got to do the campaign setup here. So campaign setup says put the public outcry environment into play. I'm playing on standard, so we're just going standard mode. Shuffle the smear campaign treachery card into the deck and choose one of the community service campaigns at random and shuffle it into the deck. All right, we will choose this one at random. I won't even look at it. Pop it in there and we'll shuffle up. Now, one thing that's a little different with this playthrough is I recently got the buy the same token hit point dials for the villain and the hero, and I thought I'd try that out for this campaign. So I really do like the tokens on the player boards, but especially for multiplayer games with the villain, there gets to be so many hit points and so much damage going back and forth that it's hard to keep track of with tokens. So the dial should help a lot with that. And also when I go to events or conventions, it might be easier to just bring dial with me rather than all the tokens that I would need for hit points. So, and as of this recording, Gen Con's about 2 weeks away, so I will be there, and I'll probably be rocking these new hit point dials. And if anybody's curious on them, they are just magnetic dials, so you can just slide them off nice and easy. Take them apart if you need to clean them. And the other nice thing about them is they have a little stand. Got another one over here. You won't be able to see it from the top-down camera, but it'll actually stand so you can see it a little bit easier. So we'll see how this goes for the campaign. All right, so taking a look at Sandman. We're just doing standard mode here, so stage 1 scheme, 2 attack, and 16 hit points. He has the Sandblast Forced Interrupt. So when he attacks, he deals indirect damage. So no just chump blocking with allies. That's not going to help. And then if he causes any damage to your hero or your identity, not an ally, you have to trigger the Surging Sands ability on City Streets. So City Streets starts in play. It is an environment and a location. And the Surging Sands ability says special. Place 1 sand counter on here and then discard cards from the top of the encounter deck equal to the number of sand counters here. And then as a hero action, you can exhaust a character, hero or ally, and remove sand counters from there equal to that character's attack value. And you can only do it once per round per player. So, and the nice thing is it's not actually an attack, so it doesn't cause consequential damage. So as that builds up, there's some things that get really bad in there. So you can use some allies, instead of taking consequential damage, they can just exhaust to take care of that. So looking at the public outcry environment they told us to put out. So the standard mode is, it's a victory 1, and it comes in with 2 notoriety counters, which I'll put there. I don't think the camera will pick them up very well, but these are also by the same tokens. They've got a nice little token of J. Jonah Jameson shaking his fist at rage in Spider-Man. And it comes in with an acceleration token. And then it says, as a response, after a minion or side scheme is defeated, remove 1 notoriety counter from there. So if I can defeat 2 minions, 2 side schemes, or 1 and 1, this goes in the victory display and I don't have to deal with it anymore. Looking at the main scheme, we've got Hapless Pedestrians. Tells us the setup, which is Sandman, City and Chaos, and standard encounter sets, and then you get to include 1 random one. Since we're doing the campaign, we're going to do the recommended one, which is Down to Earth. And setup, it says search the encounter deck for the City Streets environment card, put it into play with 4 sand counters on it. All right, flip this over to its main side. Sandman, like a lot of first villain in a box set, is just a one-stage side scheme, main scheme. Hapless Pedestrians is a 9 threat per player threshold. It starts with 2 and goes up 1 per player per round. Has a force response. After the acceleration, an acceleration token is placed on this scheme, deal 3 indirect damage to the first player. So Sandman and City Streets is going to mill through this, and once you run out, acceleration token, you take indirect damage. All right, real quick, so looking at Jessica Drew, as I told you, she's got that deck building restrictions. She is an 11 hit point, 6 hand size, 3 recovery, and alter ego, with the ability called Double Agent. And Double Agents was choosing the 2 aspects, I'm sorry. The other one is she's got an action to look at the top card of any deck once per round. So you can see what encounter card is coming up, what card might be in your deck coming up next, that sort of thing. On the hero side, Spider-Woman is a 1 thwart, 1 attack, 1 defense hero with the Avenger and Spy trait and a hand size of 5. She has the Superhuman Agility ability, which is an interrupt. When you play an aspect card, Spider-Woman gets +1 thwart, +1 attack, and +1 defense until the end of the round. Limit once per round per aspect. So that's why I have these tokens on the side. I can just flip them over for whatever aspect that I'm doing to remember that I get a +1. So I just threw this deck together myself fairly quickly. It tries to use a lot of low-cost aggression and justice cards as I can, just to be able to get more of those out. And then also, it's got a lot of status tokens, so I'm trying to just stun and confuse Sandman. All right, that's enough setup. Let's get down to it. So starting with 6 cards, we get a Spider-Girl, Dropkick, Inconspicuous, Finesse, Yarn Bjorn, and a Venom Blast. All right, well, I don't have enough physical resources to get the Dropkick Kicker. There's no minions for Spider-Girl, so I think I'm going to pitch her. With indirect damage, having allies out is a little less valuable. I want to keep Inconspicuous because that's a nice, cheap justice card to play. I think I'll keep Yarn Bjorn and Finesse. I think I will pitch Venom Blast and draw 3 more. So we get Helicarrier, Sonic Rifle, and Professor X. All right, so my turn. Well, let's see what's going to be coming up for us. Or do I? Another option is I could play Professor X, confuse him right away, just take the threat off, and just stay in alter ego for another turn. But now let's live dangerous. So let's see. I'm going to use my ability. I'm going to see what card is coming up here. Loose Ends, and it is a 0 boost card. So since I have no way of stunning him, he will be attacking me this turn, so I know he's got a 0 boost coming up. All right, so I'm going to flip back. I'm going to flip up to hero form. I am going to use Professor X and Sonic Rifle to play Finesse. Finesse is a 2-cost upgrade with a hero response. Exhaust Finesse to generate a wild resource for an aspect card. So I am going to do that to pay for Inconspicuous, a 1-cost justice event. Hero action Thwart, remove a total of 3 threat from among schemes in play. And it has a note on here, this counts as both a Spider-Woman card and a justice card. So I'm going to remove 3 threat from here. And then since I played a justice card, I now get a +1 to all my stats. And I'm going to spend Helicarrier for Yarn Bjorn, which is a 1-cost weapon upgrade. It is restricted. And as a response, after your hero attacks an enemy, basic attack or attack event, spend a physical resource to deal 2 damage to an enemy. Doesn't have to be the same enemy as the one you're attacking, so you can spread that around. That is an aggression card, so I am now, right now, +2 from that, so I'm a 3 across the board. And the nice thing with the Yarn Bjorn is it also does not exhaust. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to exhaust my hero to remove 3 sand counters from city streets. I don't like that getting too crazy. So that is my turn, so I'm going to ready myself up and draw back up to 5. self-propelled glide, martial prowess, finesse, clear the area, and concussive blow. All right, so villain's turn. We get 2 threat on the main because of public outcry. He comes to attack me. I'm going to defend. And we know he's hitting for 2 and 0, so I take no damage. And now we get 1 encounter card, which is Smear Campaign. If this was expert mode, it gains Surge. But when revealed, if public outcry is in play, which it is, place 2 notoriety counters on it, then remove this card from the game. If it's not in play, put 2 threat on the main scheme. All right, so we are now up to 4 notoriety counters. That's unfortunate. Take us longer to get rid of it. All right, so now it is my turn. Since it is a new turn, I have to reset my counters. All right. I was trying to figure out if I could play both Clear the Area and Concussive Blow, which I could, but then I wouldn't get another finesse out. Is that okay? I think that's okay. So let's see what happens here. So I'm going to use finesse to play Clear the Area. 1 cost event, remove 2 thwart from a scheme. If it is the last threat, draw a card. I draw another Clear the Area. Actually, I'm gonna retcon a little bit. I apologize. This is one of those things with the resource type kickers that I run into sometimes, is that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pay with this way. Oh no, wait, I wanted that resource. So I'm gonna use self-propelled glide to pay for Clear the Area to keep finesse. The reason being, I am now gonna spend Clear the Area, martial prowess, and finesse to play Concussive Blow. Concussive Blow is a 3-cost attack event. Oh, I did play Justice, so I go up 1, but I'm exhausted, so that doesn't matter too much. So hero action, attack, confuse an enemy. So he is confused. If you paid for this card using a physical resource, which martial prowess is, deal 3 damage to that enemy, down to 13. Right? And the reason oh, no, you know, I'm just really sloppy here today. I use finesse instead because this is specific to, well, exhaust. Anyway, I'm pitching a physical resource for Yarnbjorn. I think finesse actually would have worked for that because it's generate a resource, a wild resource for an aspect card. That is an aspect card, so it would have worked. And so we did get to do 2 more damage, go down to 11 on him. And now I'm going to flip down since he is confused. And I'm going to use my alter ego ability to take a look at the top card of the encounter deck to see what encounter card I'm going to get. And it's going to be a side scheme. All right. And then we're going to ready ourselves up. We're getting Ironheart, Quinn Carrier, Jessica Drew's Apartment, Skilled Strike, Pheromones, and Captain Marvel. All right, we get 2 on the main because of public outcry. He would scheme, but he is confused. We get 1 encounter card, and hey, look, it's a side scheme. Tidal Sands. When revealed, place X additional threat here, where X is equal to the number of sand counters on City Street. So it comes in with 2. Give it 1 more for 3. And it comes in with a hazard icon, so I'll want to deal with that. And now it is my turn. Okay, I do not have a lot of aspect cards in my hand. I have a Pheromones and a Skilled Strike, both of which are great. But, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to spend Quinn Carrier to get Jessica Drew's Apartment out, which is a 1-cost support. Alter Ego action, exhaust the apartment, search the top 5 cards of your deck for an aspect card, add it to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. So I'm going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Get an aspect card. Fortunately, none of those are ones that I'm super thrilled to see. I guess I'll take a Concussive Blow, which is going to end up being a resource. almost forgot. This goes away at the end of that. Yeah, so I'm going to spend Skilled Strike and Captain Marvel to get Ironheart out, 2-cost ally, 1 thwart, 1 attack, 2 hit points, and response after you play Ironheart from your hand, draw a card. I draw Self-Propelled Glide. I am now going to use Finesse and Self-Propelled Glide to play Pheromones, which is a 2-cost superpower event. Hero action, stun and confuse an enemy, and it is considered a leadership card, so I get a +1 for that. So he is stunned and confused. Oh, I had to flip up to hero form. Sorry about that. Ironheart is going to thwart 1 off of this side scheme. And then, since I'm a +1 for playing Pheromones, I'm going to thwart 2 off of this, because I don't want that sticking around. And since I have defeated a side scheme, I get to take 1 of these notoriety counters off. All right. I'm going to ditch Concussive Blow. And then we're going to ready ourselves up. I think I forgot to use my ability to look at the top card of the deck, but oh well. I guess I'll just have to deal with it like one of those regular heroes that don't know what's coming. So I got Psylocke, Contaminant Immunity, another Pheromones, Clear the Area, and Skilled Strike. Alright, so we're getting another 2 on the main, so we're at 4 of 9. He would attack, but he is stunned, and now we get an encounter card, which is Sandclone. Sandclone is a 1-scheme, X-attack, 3-cost villain, and X is equal to the number of sand counters on city streets. And then it says, when defeated, resolve the Surging Sands ability on city streets. So he's currently a 1/1 with 3 hit points. And now it comes over to me. Care of that. All right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to get a little cheeky here. All right. First things first, we're going to use Finesse to clear the area to take 2 threat off. And that's a Justice card, so I get a +1 there. Ironheart is going to attack and deal 1 damage to the Sand Clone and knock herself out. I am now going to attack Sandman, and I'm going to play Skilled Strike. So Skilled Strike is a 0-cost interrupt event, and it says when your hero makes a basic attack, it gets +2 attack for that attack. It is the same triggering window as Spider-Woman's ability, so I get credit for using Skilled Strike as I'm doing this because I can choose what order the interrupts happen. So I'll play this, then this triggers, and so I'm now swinging for 3 + 2 more, so I'm swinging for 5, taking him down to 6. And I am now going to pitch Pheromones to Yarnbjorn to do damage to an enemy, and I'm going to choose the Sand Clone. And now, because I defeated him, I have to resolve City Streets, so put 1 on the main, or 1 on City Streets and discard 2 cards. And because I defeated a minion, I lose another counter there. And he is confused. So I think... Alright, I think I'm going to flip down since he is confused. And then I'll use my ability to see what encounter card is coming up. Oh, God. Well, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. I don't know if it's better or worse knowing that Shadow of the Past is the one that's coming up next. Alright. Guess that's gonna ready my turn. There's no real reason to do this because I don't really have any aspect cards that I can play in Alter Ego. So let's get ourselves set up and get ready to get punched in the face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright, we're getting 2 on the main. He goes to scheme, but he is confused. And let's see our encounter card. Oh, hey, look, it's Shadow of the Past. Alright, so pulling out. My Nemesis minion is the Viper. Viper is a 2-scheme, 2-attack, 5-hit point elite Hydra minion, and while Viper is engaged with you, your hand size is reduced by 1. The side scheme that comes in with Viper is the Viper's Ambition. It is a 2-threat side scheme with the Crisis icon the Hazard icon. Then when revealed, place an additional 1 threat per player here. So this comes in with 3. Comes in with 3. All right, and now we get 2 Hydra regulars and a Hail Hydra to be shuffled in here. All right, so we're going to have to deal with her and the side scheme quickly because that's just obnoxious. On the bright side, if I can clear them both out, that does get rid of Public Outcry for me, so hooray for that. All right, so that is shuffled. My turn. All right, so I've got Quake, Mockingbird, Inconspicuous, Concussive Blow, Dropkick, and Contaminant Immunity. All right, so I definitely want Inconspicuous because it gets rid of that for me. Now the question is, am I going to have a way to get 5 damage onto her? I suppose if I play Quake and then a Yarnbjorn to take her out, it does mean that I am going to take a Sandman attack, which is unfortunate, but there's only so much you can do. Let's take a look to see what kind of a boost card this is going to be. Ooh, 3 boosts too. That's going to be painful. All right, well, let's see if we get anything better out of this. So I'm going to use my apartment, search the top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only have 6 cards in my deck, apparently. And, ooh, Skilled Strike. Skilled Strike will work nice. So I will take that. And I will shuffle myself up. That changes things a little bit. Because now I can get Inconspicuous. I can get Mockingbird down to stun him, so I won't have to take that. What was that again? For if I don't take it? Oh, it's just a side scheme. That's fine. All right, so we're going to flip ourselves up. We're going to use Finesse to pay for Inconspicuous. A 1-cost thwart event, take 3 from a total of 3 from schemes in play. I'm going to choose to do all there to get rid of the Viper's Ambition. I did a Justice card, so that's a +1. And I clear the side scheme, so Public Outcry goes away. I am going to spend Quake, Dropkick, and Contaminant Immunity to put down Mockingbird. So Mockingbird is the classic 3-cost, 1 thwart, 1 attack, 3-hit point shield ally with the response after Mockingbird enters play, stun an enemy. I am going to choose Sandman. All right. So Mockingbird is going to attack for 1 on the Viper. I am now going to attack using Skilled Strike. Oops. Actually, I guess I didn't need to. Oh well, too late now. I'm actually swinging for 5. So Mockingbird could have hit Sandman or done something else. But oh well. So swinging for 5, Viper is out. So I don't no longer have to deal with that. And Public Outcry is gone. It is victory, so it goes away. All right, and I attacked, so I am going to pitch a physical resource for Yarnbjorn to take him down to 4 hit points. All right, that is my turn. I'm going to ready myself up. Draw up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That decks me out. So we know what that one is. Alright, that's a decent shuffle, I suppose. Get a Venom Blast, Sonic Rifle, Wiccan, Dropkick, and Self-Propelled Glide. Alright, so Villain Phase. We're only getting 1 on the main now. That acceleration token is finally gone. He would attack, but he is stunned. And now we get 2 encounter cards. First one, Dirt Trap Side Scheme. It is a 1-threat scheme with the Crisis icon. But it does have a when defeated, resolve Surging Sands, and then resolve it again. So you want to get rid of this thing, but you got to be careful of city streets first. All right, and now we get a Common Criminal, which is a 0 scheme, 1 attack, 3 hit point criminal with the Surge action. So we're going to get another one. And then Alter Ego action, spend a Fist resource, deal 3 damage to Common Criminal. If this minion is defeated this way, choose to either draw 1 card or remove 3 threat from a scheme. A side scheme, specifically. All right, it surges into Volunteer Work, another side scheme. You cannot thwart this scheme. It is a 3-threat per player side scheme with the acceleration icon. And Alter Ego action, spend 2 resources of any type. Remove threat from this scheme equal to your Alter Ego's recovery. If your identity has a civilian trait, draw 1 card. Spider-Woman does not have the civilian trait. All right, well, all the side schemes came out to play. What can I do about this? All right, so this goes away. I'm only 4 threat from popping that, so I don't really want to flip down without a way to confuse him. But I also want to deal with some of the other things as well. All right, so I have a choice here. So I do have Sonic Rifle in my hand, which does allow me to confuse an enemy. And I can do that. Clear that one out. All right, so yeah, here's what we're going to do. We are going to use Finesse, Venom Blast, and Wiccan to play Sonic Rifle. Sonic Rifle is a 3-cost weapon upgrade. It is restricted as well, so you can only have 2 restricted weapons. So Yarn Bjorn and Sonic Rifle, as many as I can have. Hero action, exhaust it, and remove 1 charge counter from it. Comes in with 2. Confuse an enemy, or deal 3 damage to that enemy if it is already confused. So I'm going to exhaust it, spend a charge to confuse Sandman. All right. That was a Justice card, so I'm going to then exhaust myself to take 2 off of City Streets. I'm now going to flip down. I'm going to spend a physical resource for the Common Criminal's Alter Ego action. So spend a physical resource, deal 3 damage to Common Criminal. If the minion is defeated this way, which it is, you can either choose to draw 1 card or remove 3 threat from a side scheme. I'm going to choose remove 3 threat from a side scheme, specifically this one. Because it says you cannot thwart, it does not say that you cannot remove. So we clear this one out. Mockingbird is going to thwart 1 off of this one. So this goes away, and so when defeated, resolve the Surging Sands ability on City Streets. So we get 1 sand counter, discard 1 card. Then resolve it again. So 2 sand counters, 1, 2. All right, let's use my ability. Let's see what encounter card is coming up. We're going to get a Hydra regular with Insight 1. And that's about it. Do I want to use my... You know what? I'm going to use my apartment. I'm looking for one of my thwart events because this is going to be real close to popping. And I at least got to clear the area, so that's good. So we stalled out a little bit here, but that's what happens when Shadow of the Past and then you get two side schemes in play. It does slow you down a little bit. All right. So I am done. Readying myself up. All right, we're going to get one threat on the main, going up to 6 out of 9. He would scheme, but he is confused. And our encounter card is a Hydra Regular. Hydra Regular is a 1 scheme, 2 attack, 2 hit point Hydra minion with Insight 1. And that's it. Nothing else special about him. All right, that is... Oh, you know what? I never drew up to my hand size. I was going to pitch Self-Propelled Glide, clear the area. Another clear the area, Skilled Strike, Quake, another Skilled Strike, and Concussive Blow. Okay. That's not too shabby. All right, we're going to Jessica Drew to look at the top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go for an event. Concussive Blow, Concussive Blow. Oh, it's just an aspect card, so it does not have to be an event. I could do Psylocke. But am I going to have the... I'm not really going to be able to afford her, am I? Nope. I'm going to just take one of the Concussive Blows. Alright. Since it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to stun Sandman this turn... Let's see what potential boost card is coming up. It is a star, so I would reveal Sand form and attach it to him to make him a little harder to kill. All right. So now no reason to sit down here, so we're flipping up into Spider-Woman. We are going to use Finesse to play Clear the Area to remove 2 threat. That gives me a Justice card. Or a Justice, +1. All right. Trying to figure out the best way to go about this. Do I push him in this phase, or do I just hold off and try to get the board a little bit more stabilized? I think we're going to just... We'll probably push him, but we're going to stabilize the board a little bit. I'm going to use Mockingbird to take 1 off of there. I'm going to use 1 Skilled Strike to play for Clear the Area to remove 2 more threat off of here. I'm going to use the last charge off of Sonic Rifle to confuse him again. And then because it has no charges left, Sonic Rifle gets discarded. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my 2 Concussive Blows to play Quake. Quake is a 2-cost ally with 1 thwart, 2 attack, and 2 hit points, and the Avenger and Shield trait, and then response after a minion schemes, exhaust Quake to deal 2 damage to the minion. Well, we are going to just exhaust her to have 2 damage to Hydra Regular. Clear that out. And then we are going to attack with Spider-Woman using Skilled Strike. So that makes us a 5 attack, which takes out stage 1 of Sandman and finally pushes us to stage 2. All right. Stage 2 of Sandman. When revealed, resolve the Surging Sands ability. Okay, so that goes up to 2. Guess we don't have to worry about that now. All Right, and he is now a 1 scheme, 3 attack villain with 18 hit points. Okay. Fortunately, I will be taking a punch to the face going this way, but that's okay. All right, we'll ready ourselves up. Draw up 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we've got Finesse, Pheromones, Psylocke, Dropkick, and Contaminant Immunity. So we're getting 1 on the main. He is coming to attack for a base of 3. I am just going to take it. 3, just 3. I'm going to take all of it. So that knocks me down to 8. But it does mean that I have to trigger Surging Sands. So 1, 2, 3. Don't mind seeing that Under Fire and the Gang Up go away. And now we get 1 encounter card, which is Now or Never. Peril, so I can't tell you about this one. When revealed, choose one to either place 1 acceleration token on the main scheme, which would cause me 3 indirect damage, or exhaust a character you control and spend 1 resource of any type. What am I even doing this turn? You know what? That's fine. I will exhaust Mockingbird, and then I will spend Psylocke as the 1 resource. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to exhaust Quake to take 2 off of City Streets. This comes down. I'm going to spend Dropkick and Pheromones to play Finesse, another copy of Finesse, same thing. Exhaust it to generate a wild for a aspect card. And then I'm going to use both of my Finesses to pay for Contaminant Immunity. So Contaminant Immunity is a 2-cost superpower event. Hero action, heal 3 damage from Spider-Woman and give her a tough status card. So I'm back up to full. And I've got a tough card. And I've got a +1. You know, I think, just to be safe, I'm going to just thwart 2 off of this, because I'm going to flip down while he is confused, just in case we get an advance. And let's find out what we are going to be getting. Hail Hydra. So I'm going to go get a minion. Okay. That is my turn. Ready myself up. Draw up to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We get Concussive Blow, Venom Blast, Self-Propelled Glide, Ironheart, and Helicarrier. Alright. Villain phase. We get 1 on the main. He would scheme, but he is confused. We get 1 encounter card, which is Hail Hydra. When revealed, each Hydra minion engaged with the hero attacks that hero. Each player who is not attacked this way goes, fetches a Hydra minion, and puts it into play. Yep, it is put into play, not revealed, so I'm going to grab the Hydra regular that I had beaten earlier. And Insight 1 does not come into play because he was not revealed, he was put into play. Right, it is now my turn. So I'm going to use my apartment to look at the top 5. Inconspicuous. Yeah, I'm going to grab Inconspicuous. That's a nice cheap event that will help me punch for more, because we're getting near the end game now, so we want to, I think, start to try to burn through Sandman. All right. Okay, I'm not going to have enough to do both Self-Propelled Glides here and the Venom Blast and Inconspicuous. Let's flip up first of all. I think that's okay. So we're going to spend 2 to pay for a Venom Blast. Deal 5 damage to an enemy. Takes him down to 13. Counts as an aggression. Hang on a second. What do I... Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. I completely forgot I had these 2 finesses. Those 2 finesses do that. All right. Now I am going to use Concussive Blow to play Inconspicuous to remove 3 threat from the scheme. That gives me a Justice. So I'm now hitting for 3. Taking him down to 10. I'm now going to spend Ironheart to play Self-Propelled Glide, which is a 1-cost event, hero action, ready Spider-Woman, and she gains aerial until the end of the round. So I'm ready again. So now I come in and punch again for 3, taking Sandman down to 7. And then I'm going to use Helicarrier to play my other Self-Propelled Glide to ready up again. And then I'm going to punch for another 3. So down to 4. Do I push my luck? So if I sacrifice Quake and Mockingbird, I can get him down to 1. And I've got a tough status card. You know what? Yeah, let's push. So Quake hits for 2, taking him down to 2. Mockingbird hits for 1. So Sandman is at 1. Both my allies have been defeated. I'm at full hit points with the tough cards, so I'm feeling kind of cocky right now. So we're going to ready ourselves up. Draw up the 5. Spider-Girl, Captain Marvel, Dropkick, Queen Carrier, and Professor X. Alright, so we're getting 1 on the main. He comes to attack. I'm just going to take it because I got tough. So 3, 4. Takes my tough off. Because he did not damage me, I don't have to trigger Surging Sands. Regular comes and attacks me for 2. I'll just take it. So I'm down to 9. And we get an encounter card, which is Master Plan. Place 4 threat on each side scheme. If there are no side schemes in play, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until you get one and put it into play. Oh, reveal it, technically. So, nope, nope, nope. I don't know. I had a lot of side schemes earlier. Oh, there we go. So this is my campaign-specific one. So back alley burglary surges. So because I reveal it, I do have to hit the surge. Victory 1. Force responds. After you thwart this scheme, choose to either spend a fist resource or discard 1 random card from your hand. Comes in with 2 threat. Other than that, these campaign side schemes don't do anything. They don't have any icons or bad things for the most part. They're just there, and if you can clear them out, they give you victory points. Right? But again, I do have to surge, which is Sand Smash. When revealed, Sandman attacks you with +1 attack. All right, I told you I was cocky. So he's attacking for base of 4. So the most he can do is 7, right? Just to be safe, I'll defend. So 7. Well, actually, no, I'm not going to defend. Because I might want to go after that side scheme. So 3, 4, star, resolve this card's when revealed ability. So when revealed, place 2 sand counters on there, then resolve its Surging Sands ability. If at least 1 Sandman card was discarded this way, you are stunned. Okay. So 2. So I got to discard 3. 1 Sandman card, 2 Sandman card, 3. No, just 2 Sandman cards. So I am stunned. All right. That puts a damper on things. All right. Can I take him out and clear that threat? And I don't think I can. No, I take that back. I can't. All right. So we're going to use Finesse to pay for Spider-Girl, who will stun and confuse a minion. Oh, I forgot to deal myself the damage there. So that was 3, 4. So I'm down to 5. and that is an aggression card. I am going to thwart for 2, so I'm going to thwart this side scheme away. So back alley burglary goes into the victory display. And as much as I would love to finish it off with a drop kick, which is sitting in my hand, I'm not really going to be able to. So we are sadly just going to have to let Spider-Girl punch for 2 and take out Sandman. All right, so there you have it. Scenario 1 of my Random Hero, Random Aspect run through the Sinister Motives campaign is done with a Justice Aggression Spider-Woman finally sealing the deal against Sandman. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, leave a comment. Otherwise, I will be looking to put the next scenario out soon, which I think is Venom, if I remember correctly. And I will go through the reputation tracker and figure out what reputation I'm at to see what I start with the next game. And we'll see what Random Hero, Random Aspect I get. They are all going to be spider characters. I think, let's see, I chose Spider-Woman, Peter Parker Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Spider, and Spider-Ham. So, obviously, Spider-Woman, you have to pick 2, so she's special. The other 4 are just going to be random, whatever aspect I get. So, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Have a great night, everybody.